with everyone spewing out these hot takes, one like hot take, blah blah blah, just copying what I did. I'm just kidding, but everyone doing all these hot take threads is like, well, I was thinking about doing a video on him, but I'm like, nah. And then actually Iggy brought up this thread here, and I think it's actually an interesting thread, kind of looking back at the game. Now, I didn't play the game since like necessarily the launch. I was on and off until around, I'd say, like a few months before the second anniversary, right? I was playing the global version, then I hopped on JP, right? But that's my personal story. Iggy has been playing since the game launched on JP, from what I believe, so he's a long time player, man. This guy has been in the community for a while. Everyone's doing the one like, one Dokkan opinion thing. I just want to make a thread of my favorite moments in the last 8 years playing the game that no one asked for. Maybe y'all will learn about new things you never knew about. Yeah, and it is fun. I speak with Iggy sometimes about, like the games, the past, and just looking back at some of the crazy stuff that they did. Because, dude, Dokkan went a long way from where it is right now, for sure. So, let's hop right in here. I looked at some of these before, just yesterday, but I'll talk about them. This banner is very memorable because it was huge for the SSR rate increase, and both units were insane back then. That is true. I remember this banner came out, and I made, there should be, well, the Bardock himself literally just got an EZA, this guy right here. I think they have First Awaken. Yeah, they both have the First Awaken there. So let me bring up the SSR for him. This dude, both of these guys were really cool. They had like the dual Dragon Fist thing going on with their arts. I remember that the arts were sick back then with the Dragon Fist and then the giant ape behind them. That was so cool. And then this guy had this ability, 75% attack on super. This supporting unit, right? He's sealed right there. These guys were good when they came out. Not a bad leader school either, right? 2015 of December, right? So this is basically the 2015 Christmas banner for the global version. For the JP version, right? Global came out in April 2016. These guys were pretty insane. I forgot who were the other two SSRs that released with them. I actually don't remember. You see, a lot of these are like the shattering the limit units. We used to call them rebirths back in the day, right? This was way before they awakened, I believe, but still. This was pretty damn cool. I assume it was it might have been Turles and this metal cooler. I actually kind of want to find that out, but I don't know. It's whatever. It doesn't really matter that much. But regardless, yeah, SSR rate increase. I didn't actually remember that there was an SSR rate increase, but that's pretty sick, man, for sure. I remember playing this when the global version came out, and then I re-rolled for the God Goku. That was sick for sure. Speaking of God Goku, this guy is one of my favorite releases. His card art so sick. He was mega powerful and started making cheat code for the Broly vet because he just blasted the defense. He did age well for a very long time. Yeah, the AGL Super Saiyan God Goku. Obviously, right now he's just garbage, right? But the AGL God Goku, man, he was a GOAT back in the day. I remember that too for sure. Where is that buddy? Where is he? He's on Movie Heroes, is he? He's not on Movie Heroes? Am I crazy? Why is he not in the Movie Heroes category? Oh, I know, right? Because he awakened into the Tournament of Power God Goku, which is kind of weird. I think I was fine with that, but yeah, he awakened into the Tournament of Power God Goku, right? The one with the broken shirt and stuff. But again, this guy, very similar. 75% attack when performing a super attack. And then, just basically the AGL version of this guy, except he didn't have godly power, right? Now, he came out a lot earlier than him. Well, not godly power, First Awaken. First Awaken probably wasn't even a link in the game at that point. I remember when this guy awakens, some of the STR one, he was pretty good too, but I think a lot of people were a little disappointed because they could have been a little better when they awakened. I remember that for sure. But this Age of Super Saiyan God Goku was sick for sure. This guy was awesome for a very long time. And his art was cool for sure. I keep saying for sure, but I mean, it's true. It's true. Of course, the first anniversary thing you've ever had, Dokkan being your first gacha, the first ones in general, having a celebration where you got 200 stunts for free was insane. And of course, God himself dropping was exciting since Gogeta was your favorite character. Yeah, this banner was pretty wild. Look at Ejo with Golden Frieza, God Goku. This was the tech self physical Kid Buu. It was a crazy banner, right? There's the Gohan and Pai Gohan. I don't remember how good these two were at the top of my head. I think they were fine though, but this guy obviously just like made the game stupid. He was too good. They made him too good. And it was just like for a long time, for a long period, like 6 months, he just reigned supreme until we got AGL Super Vegeta, right? That's the only like downside of it. But I mean, I guess if you're a mega big Gogeta fan, you were excited and you were happy for this for sure, especially when he initially released Stereo Gogeta. I wasn't exactly playing like too much when he came out. Again, I was more casual during that time, but that was pretty sick, and you got a discount. That was also pretty good as well. But yeah, obviously the Stereo Gogeta first anniversary, just pretty crazy. But it is pretty crazy how back then 200 stones was godly, right? That's how it was. This guy dropping not for the unit, but the fact he got 50 stones for free because the game was fucky wucky. The super attacks weren't working. Yeah, I don't think I was playing for this, unfortunately, but the super attacks were not working. This Texan when he dropped, so they did get 50 stones. I did remember hearing about that at the very least. Raid World Tournament so much easier. Used to have get 100 wins for the GSSR sticker, and then had 0 AoEs. I mean, that's true. There was a point where there was 0 AoEs, and then you had to play World Tournament. And it's like, well, this guy came out, and I'm sure it was a godsend for so many people. That S tier Broly, the original one. Yeah, for sure. I was playing during this time, for sure, right? This is the first LR you were instantly excited for because he was broken. Card art so clean, and so is his end screen on SA to this day. Yeah, the end screen on his SA, the KO screen, is pretty sick as well. This guy was an offensive disgusting monster when he came out. He hit so hard that he just killed everything, right? Just one shot. It was disgusting, right? This guy was doing like 5 mil, 6 mil attack stats in like 2017, 2018, right? Just consistently. That's how powerful these LRs were, bro. They did these mega big attack stats, right? They were like essentially the first ones to go like past like 3-4 mil, right? A very long time ago. Zahal and Iggy were business partners at one point in 2017. He had a bot to farm story. He'd advertise it, and then they just split the money to grind accounts. Okay. Yeah. I saw this, but it's still funny. Dokkan Eaters being bad for duping. Oh my goodness. I remember the duping method. So if you guys weren't aware what the duping method was, it's essentially where, well, it's obviously patched. It's been patched, so I'll tell you. But you kept a lot of things in your gift box, and then there's a way to duplicate or just duplicate the stuff that was in your gift box specifically. And then let's say if you save like a bunch of stones from logins over like a week or a month, you could duplicate all of that and then basically have infinite stones as long as you had stuff in your gift box. I remember one time I was offered to get that done on my JP account that I even currently have right now. And then I was like, I was free to play back then. I was still like, getting back into Dokkan. I was like, that sounds pretty cool. But I was like, well, I saw story left and stuff. And I was like, nah, I'm okay. And I also didn't feel comfortable giving someone else my account to do it. And then like a week later, the ban wave for that came. And I was like, oh, well, it's good I did not do that, man. Yeah, having a surprise Pikachu fake and act like they were conveniently banned at the same time for nothing. It was pretty obvious if you're banned there, it's because you're duping, right? Potential system being fixed to unlock multiple nodes. Yes, you have to do it one by one, and it'd take a minimum of 10 to 15 minutes to rainbow 1 units. This I was talking with Iggy about yesterday. Even I think we're on Truth stream, but it was just like what were they thinking? It's like I told him, I was like, they probably click like 2 nodes. They're like, oh, it works, nice. But then to rainbow a unit, you had to what's it called? Like to rainbow a unit, you spent, I think it was calculated to be like, what, 47 minutes or something. It was crazy. So it was not really a minimum of 10-15. It was like at least half an hour, I think, to like rainbow an entire unit, because there's the loading back then when you clicked every node and to like process it was so slow. It was just terrible. And I think the reason for that was because they didn't really, well, firstly, they didn't really give out many potential orbs. And then secondly, I don't think they expected most players to start like the point of the system, like, it was to make dupes useful, right? And obviously whales would go for more dupes. But I think it was supposed to be like, you know, as time went on, you got more dupes, your characters got stronger. Because back then, you only really needed one copy of the unit. So I think the dupe system was pretty cool. But at this point, you know, obviously, like, even recently, we got the hit all button for the potential system, right? And then we got another update later where you can click at the ends and then select them, basically. But yeah, at this point, they know, like, okay, well, people just go for the rainbows. Dupes are so important for units now. Yeah, the hidden potential system was a major update. One of the most, like, game-changing updates, the hidden potential system. There was a lot that came with that. The first free-to-play LR was Super Saiyan Goku and SR Gogeta, so Shannon for free. A lot of people, I think, liked the Goku better. And he had the same leader skill, which is pretty wild, too. Like, as a free unit, I mean, the grind for this guy was stupid. But if you got him, he was very powerful. Very, very strong, man. These two being the best rotation. If you guys aren't aware, so back then, obviously, you could seal and stuff. AGL Super Vegito, the only problem with him, obviously, is he had his damage reduction against normal attacks, but not super attacks, right? So if you got hit by a super, even back then, he, you know, did take a good amount of damage because he literally had no way, like, you know, to avoid and defend that. And also, obviously, a super attack is just an extra attack you wouldn't be able to get the counter on. So what happened is, well, people used to do this. They used to run this World Tournament Ninja Murasaki because he sealed. Is there a way I could bring up Dragon Ball Saga? I think if I go, okay, I know what to do. I'll bring up Goku Family, then I'll go to Kid Goku. But yeah, he sealed, what's it called, super attacks, right, on the super attack effects. And because of that, obviously, since all bosses were able to be sealed, stun and stuff, you just ran him as a sealer. And then Ninja Murasaki, where is he? Was it not yeah, he's AGL. Oh, he's a rare, right? Yeah, it was a rare. You ran him, you sealed, and then you had Super Vegito just kill everything because he's sealed and you have no worries at all. Even back then, I remember some people used to run the physical Super Saiyan Go tanks, right? He's on the Super Saiyan team, obviously. I remember, I think if you watched Nano Gen X back in the day, this is the unit this is like his White Buffalo. I think he called it. This guy sealed super attack. But I remember he used to watch Rhyme Style videos. He used to run the Go tanks on the team because of his sealing, even though he wasn't even under the leader skill. That's how strong the AGL Super Vegeta was, right? I remember him doing the Tech Golden Frieza. I think it was his Dokkan event Rhyme Style, and then he was running AGL Super Vegeta, and this guy was on the team because he sealed. Those are their old days. Oh my goodness, that takes me back, bro. Woo! A history lesson, yeah. Okay. Meeting Truth in 2017. Truth is Go, for sure. Mono It. A lot of people liked Mono It better than Mono AGL, and I completely understand. I feel like if I will... even back then, I had Buhan, and I was like, I definitely get it. I feel like Vegito was still better. I still like the Super AGL team because Vegito was just so... like, it's so stupid. But Buhan's team... Buhan was the closest to Vegito in terms of power, which I feel like is kind of nice. Buhan and Vegito at the top like that. Even though in the series Buhan got his ass beat, it was still pretty cool. And Buhan, the healing on that team, it was just too much. Just Buhan alone, he healed so much. Like, oh my goodness. And the team was very heavy on debuffs. So eventually you debuffed the enemy enough where you just didn't take damage. Because Buhan himself, he had an attack debuff. Didn't he have a chance to, like, greatly lower attack or something, if I'm not mistaken? Like, pre-EZA even. No, he just lowered attack and defense, right? But that was still pretty powerful when you ran double Buhan like that. I mean, even if you look at Extreme Int from, like, the past, there is, like, a ton of debuff units from what I remember. Probably more so Shattering the Limit, because I think Shattering the Limit was getting a lot more common back in the day around that time. At this point, most units get Fierce Battle, right? Because there's so many Dokkan events now. These two just existing because they're so left field unreleased. Zaha had so many names because he didn't believe me when he said it's definitely Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Oh, calling Zaha so many names, right? Yeah. It makes sense because it was like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta tease, and you're just like, no way, that's not even a thing in this series. What do you mean? And then Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta came out. I could definitely see that. That is pretty funny. And yeah, no one really expected any of these guys to come out. Like, you could not have predicted Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, Broly, or Vegeta. This zero way you predicted those units. Like, I mean, maybe Bardock because he was part of Xenoverse, and you would have been like, oh, it's cool. But I wouldn't have said, like, you would have gone your way to say, yeah, this Bardock definitely will be a Dokkan Fest, right? And this guy, just no one really anticipated. It was very out of left field. There was a point where it was like Broly was just a part of every meta. And then, I mean, technically, yeah, he still is a part of every meta. The category meta still, right? No one 20% leads. He was one of the first LRs. He was, one of the original leads. He was a 70% leader. Broly sells very, very well. When these animations for these guys dropped, your mind blown when you saw Goku casually drop a 1 mil attack set without nuking. Yeah, I remember even their SSRs were stupid good. Like, their SSRs were hitting over 1 million attack stats. And then you awaken them, and then you put this guy next to the STR, Super Saiyan 3 Great Ape Goku. He was hitting 2 mil. And like with dupes and everything. This guy was stupid. Oh my goodness. And Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta was also very, very strong as well. He was just a little more defensive based. Oh my goodness. Kaioken Rebirth Showcase. Because this guy was like one of the first units essentially that had stacking. And then, again, we used to call them rebirths back in the day. Where it's just basically awakening. But rebirths were like a big, just the name that the community gave them. Because I think that's what like was it? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But essentially that was like, what the V-Jump said. Like rebirth, right? Remember Beef Good living Ichigo and saving the bees because you're a dumb kid enjoying the hate wave, but now you're cool with both of them and have respect. That's fair. That's like character development. Let's go, right? You didn't really see once again Gogeta was your favorite character and you watched the Broly movie 120 times. By far your most hype release with Year 7 Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta coming even remotely close. We were crying and moaning for details on him during Christmas Eve. Yeah, this guy, people were very excited for him. Even I was excited for him. And he was pretty stupid good, for sure, right? I mean, I feel like this is more modern-ish, so I feel like people would know more about this. Because it was right before the 4th anniversary? Or was it the 5th anniversary? It was right before. I forgot. No, it was the... I don't know, my brain just went numb. Wait, let me check. Was it before the 4th anniversary? I think it was the 4th anniversary, wasn't it? I am not crazy. You're crazy. Let me see. AJ Blue Gogeta. Where are you at, buddy? Let's see. 2019, 2018. That was before the 4th anniversary. Right. I thought so. Because I was like, no. Yeah, LR Gogeta Blue did not come out like 2 months after this guy, right? No way. Xeno Trunks is the biggest meme. Yes, dude, this guy was ass. Then he awakens, and then, yeah, became the best World Tournament AoE unit and pogged up. Like, he was so bad. He was like, what were they thinking? is there a way I could bring him up? I guess I would have to find a Trunks, right? If we go to Time Travelers, right? We could find the Xeno Trunks. Just so I bring him up here. He was terrible. Oh my goodness. And then his stats were not really that great, right? His terrible links. This guy was ass. Again, and then he awakened. And then he got this. He got the attack boost. He got prepared for battle, shattering the limit. And then he was pogging, dude. He was pogging. This is such a huge deal. Especially back in the day. And then, yeah, he even gave this buff, which is not really the biggest thing ever, but it's the AoE that he got. Because I don't think he was an AoE pre, right? No. He became an AoE, and that was crazy. That was pretty sick. Exchange Boo Raditz. Yeah, Xeno Trunks definitely was like one of the most memed units. That dude, whoo! This guy releasing after the episode just slapping his cock on the table. Okay, remember you were working at Sonic when you single summoned him through your phone in Crunch's parking lot? Dude, I single summoned this guy like in my living room, and I was like in middle school, I think, and it was like, oh my god, what was I in middle school? Or no, I think I was in high school, but it was like a freshman probably or something. It was a long time ago. God. This guy, yeah, because General Blue, I forgot at the top of my head. What did General Blue do? I should have kept Dragon Ball Saga. Actually, can I still go to Dragon Ball Saga from here? No, I can't. Darn. I'm silly. No, I guess I messed up going from, moving away from Dragon Ball Saga. This guy was good. He had stunts. This guy was a stun monster, I believe. I remember, I think D3 did a video on like a full stun team back in the day. I remember that. The reason private service was popular was because you wanted to help your buddy Gaming Claw make showcases due to the internet being bad, so you can make videos early. Then it ended with you hooking up all the YouTubers with them, and here you are today. Yeah, Iggy, brother. There was a point where any form of modding was so frowned upon that if you got doing, it made cancel culture look like a joke. I know people are like kind of a lot harsher in modding back in the day. Like, I feel like it came to a point where just people didn't really care anymore. Eventually it shifted towards that. But bonding back in the day was like, bruh, you suck. And it was terrible. $700? Actually, so little these days, low-key, yeah, and banners. On his banner back then, didn't pull him nor physical Broly. And hers are bad because his banner is bad, but it was cool. Yeah, dude, this was the ultimate like bait banner. You could say this is like one of the biggest bait banners ever, because the very next banner was AGO Rose, and he came back. Oh my goodness, he's a boomer. Didn't know how to work the private server. You're the one behind this video. You took the backlash for. Yeah, Truth didn't want him using both videos released together on the same team, so he was able to make a video on each. He got him to 180k views. This was quite a video that Truth got hate for sure. It was also 5 a.m. when he just woke up, didn't have time to get ready the unit because Richman was on my ass to get recording. Oh, of course. Oh yeah, this one just came out. They just dropped him. There's no Twitter review like now. There's no just warning or hint or anything because it was just an LR. Like the game started, this guy dropped, and then World Tournament was like in 2 days or something. They're like, yeah, buddy, get to farming and get to summoning. That was crazy. I remember seeing that in Global, and I was like, wow, that's wild. There was a time we thought Dokkan Fest 2 Wars were going to be LRs, yeah, because the LR logo was there. There are comments like, the D3 even posted a video. I guess I shouldn't find it because I don't want to read the rest, but D3 even posted a video of that, right? Oh, dude, yeah, I remember seeing these images back in the day. How many of these came true? I mean, technically, we don't even have like an LR Super Vegito standalone, and it's funny because it's 140, right? We got this guy, I guess technically, finally. We got this guy. We got him. We technically got him, right? But, I mean, I guess if we're cutting transformations, we did get Super Vegeta, right? But, yep. A Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Jesus fucking Christ. That was a good one. Yeah. Before him, units like Tech Owner would dog shit. He was actually one of the more, like, game-changing updates because, like Iggy says right there, phases used to reset your stacks and then the passives that you had. So like units with build-up passives would reset essentially every phase, or you know, there wasn't many units like that back then, but like units who stack attack like Kaioken Goku, right? That's why they started releasing events that had 2 phases, especially. Well, one of the reasons was because to get rid of the nuking meta, and then later on we got more and more phases in these events, right? And I guess, well, eventually to a point, it didn't really matter anymore because they changed it with him, but you guys get the point. There's a time you could Ghost Usher a turn, then next turn reset the app and Ghost Usher again. Same worked for if you're about to get screwed by a super, reset the app and start over and move the units around. Yeah, you could, because they fix it now, so where if you started the turn, when you reset the app, it just starts the turn. But back then, you used to be able to reset the entire thing. Even if the turn already started and you saw you were about to get supered, you could reset the app and then start from before you click the orbs. I remember using that. This is the best team in the game. They're in the first year and anniversary. It's not the first team builds where getting all your supers, super each turn was actually possible. Yeah, dude. Because yeah, keylings did stack on top of each other. So especially if you're in the middle, like this guy was getting over in a flash from both units. So you see he was at full 12 key instantly. When nowadays it would just be 3 key from over in a flash from both characters. It didn't stack up like that. This team was yeah, definitely a crazy team. Best way to get Elder Kai and Supreme Kai medals when they felt impossible to get. The poop stick item, the drama that happens surrounding them. I don't think I remember that. Dang. I have to ask Iggy about this. You're on 7 making a video playing Dokkan with his feet. Just all the classic Dokkan tubers for sure. I think he's done on the original Battlefield OST. Yeah, dude. Original Dokkan Battlefield was sick. I hope they still bring it back one day. I still have hope. But yeah. Yeah, Truth was around, but he wasn't the beam with TSA. Truth was there, but he wasn't on these guys' levels at the time. I feel right because these are like the more known content creators. Yeah, Riku used to play Dokkan, right? That's crazy. I remember I think I used to watch Final Flash Vegeta. I think that was his name. A long time ago. I guess now I'm a Dokkan tuber. That's crazy, but that is this thread. Pretty good thread, honestly. I liked it, going down memory lane, stuff like that. That was fun. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.